This is the story of Death Stranding 1 and 2. Sometime in the near future, a cataclysmic event known as the Death Stranding occurred. This event blurred the line between life and death. The dead returned to the living world as BTs, short for beached things. They're basically ghosts. If a BT consumes a living being, a void-out will occur, an explosion capable of destroying an entire city. Normally, BTs cannot be detected. That's where bridge babies, also known as BBs, come in. A BB is a baby that is taken from a brain-dead mother. They are kept in artificial pods that stimulate the conditions of a womb. BBs are the bridge between life and death. They are one of the few ways to detect BTs. Timefall is another problem caused by the Death Stranding. Timefall is precipitation that rapidly ages everything it touches, both living and non-living things. It does lose its effect upon contact. Between the destruction caused by the void-outs and the timefall deteriorating almost everything, civilization is in shambles. The story begins with Sam Porter Bridges, a delivery man who works for Bridges, an agency dedicated to reconnecting America. In the middle of making a delivery, Sam almost collides with someone and loses his vehicle. Sam hides in a cave to take shelter from the timefall, and he senses a BT nearby. A woman suddenly appears and shows him how to remain undetected by the BT. Once the BT leaves, the two of them start talking.
My name is Fragile.
Yeah, I've heard of you.
Sam and Fragile both have dooms, a unique condition that grants them supernatural abilities. Sam can sense BTs but cannot see them, while Fragile can see them clearly. Fragile runs her own delivery company and asks Sam to join, but he isn't interested. She shows her aged skin, explaining that her entire body got soaked in timefall, except for her face. To stave off the effects of timefall, she routinely eats cryptobiotes. Fragile disappears, leaving Sam to continue forward and complete his delivery. Igor, a member from the Bridges corpse disposal team, tasks Sam with delivering a corpse to an incinerator. A dead body that goes necrotic will turn into a BT. Incinerating the corpse is the only way to prevent this. They will have to go through a BT-infested area, so Igor takes a BB with them. During their trip, the truck gets overturned by a BT, and the corpse they are delivering starts turning into a BT. Knowing the situation has gone to hell, Igor gives his BB over to Sam. To prevent a void-out, Igor shoots the driver and tries to kill himself, but it's too late. Igor gets consumed by a giant BT, causing a void-out. Sam wakes up on the beach, a space between life and death. Everyone has their own unique beach, influenced by their own consciousness. Sam did technically die, but he is a repatriate, meaning he can come back to life. He returns to the living world, next to a void-out crater, with his BB still intact. After 2 days in a coma, Sam wakes up in a private room and is greeted by Deadman, a doctor working for Bridges. Sam refuses to shake hands with Deadman. As you'll see with everyone he meets, Sam doesn't like being touched. The funny thing is, Deadman isn't there in person, he's using a chiralgram. Deadman says that Central Knot City was completely destroyed by the void-out from earlier. Sam is tasked by Deadman with delivering morphine to the president. After meeting Deadman in person, Sam is let in to meet the president, who turns out to be his adoptive mother, Bridget Strand.
You remember Amelie went west. Took her 3 years to cross. She's trying to rebuild the country.
Bridget urges Sam to find Amelie and help reconnect America. When Sam refuses, she recklessly crawls out of bed in a desperate plea. Despite his refusal, she forces him into a contract before dying. Die Hard Man, the director of Bridges, makes the executive decision to keep the president's death a secret. Whether he wants to or not, Sam now has to help Bridges reconnect America. Sam's first job from Bridges is to incinerate Bridget's body. After incinerating Bridget, Sam is told that his BB is defective, so it's been marked for disposal. A bunch of BTs show up in the area, so Sam uses his BB, which actually proves useful in detecting the BTs, and he gets away safely. Sam quickly gets attached to BB and starts experiencing what seems to be its past memories.
BB, don't worry. It's okay.
On Sam's insistence, Deadman takes BB away to be recalibrated. Sam is called back to the president's office, where Die Hard Man introduces the new president, Amelie. Amelie isn't actually physically present. She's using a chiralgram while her body's on the beach. Amelie explains how bridges went across the continent to unite the isolated communities under the United Cities of America. But everything changed when the Homo Demons attacked. The Homo Demons are a terrorist group that spread destruction wherever they can, and they have captured Amelie. Sam is given a Cupid, a device that can connect facilities to the chiral network. Put simply, Sam has to travel across America and connect everyone to Wi-Fi. But Sam doesn't want to do it. He feels like there's nothing worth saving. Deadman shows up to return BB to Sam. BB is successfully recalibrated and ready for service. The next day, Sam reluctantly agrees to the job for Amelie. Completing a special delivery for each Knot City could convince its leader to join the UCA. With the leader's permission, Sam connects a Knot City to the chiral network, one by one. There's a lot of land between each Knot City, and there's plenty of obstacles, like mules, crazy people addicted to delivering cargo, and they try to steal Sam's. And of course the BTs, they're a constant threat. Through the days, Amelie appears to Sam in his dreams. She keeps trying to convince him that reconnecting America is a worthy cause. Though Sam remains indifferent, he does want to find Amelie. Sam continues to see brief flashes of BB's past, always with a man who seems to be BB's father. Shortly after connecting Port Knot City to the chiral network, Sam encounters the leader of the Homo Demons.
The name's Higgs. The particle of God that permeates all existence.
For some reason, Higgs has decided to personally antagonize Sam. Higgs has the highest level of dooms out of everyone, giving him the ability to control BTs. Sam manages to take down the BTs that Higgs summoned, marking the very first time a human was able to do so. Now that the eastern region of America has been connected to the chiral network, Sam heads to the central region. Fragile joins Sam in his journey. She reveals that she used to work with Higgs before he turned bad. Fragile tries to connect with Sam, but he's not really up for it. When they arrive at their destination, Fragile leaves to attend to some business. Later, Fragile comes to talk with Sam in his private room. She shows off her ability to jump across space. Basically, she can teleport by using her own beach. Fragile holds a grudge against Higgs for betraying her and destroying her company's reputation. She was tricked into delivering weapons for Higgs and his terrorist group. She even ended up unknowingly carrying a nuke into a city. So, Fragile wants Sam's help in hunting down Higgs so she can have her revenge on him. Many of the Knot cities in the central region have no interest in joining the UCA. There's also the fact that no one trusts Fragile Express. Everyone thinks Fragile was responsible for blowing up a city, but by doing specific favors for each Knot city, like delivering BT weapons or even helping a man reunite with his long-lost girlfriend, some leaders might be compelled to join the UCA. While Sam is doing his deliveries, a strange Bridges operative shows up and claims to have a package meant for Fragile. Sam doesn't think much of it, but a bit later, he realizes that the strange operative was actually Higgs. Sam and Fragile take a look inside the package and discover it's a nuke. The timer is already counting down. To cushion the explosion, Sam takes the nuke and tosses it into a lake of tar. Now that has been dealt with, Sam and Fragile take a breather. Fragile still feels like she hasn't done much to help. When Sam asks what happened to her, she explains that she once stole a nuke from Higgs after learning he was planning to send it to South Knot City. Higgs found out and forced her to make a choice: save herself and let the city get destroyed, or take the nuke to a tar pit, all while exposed to timefall. Obviously, Fragile decided to save the city. To make sure everyone remembers her face, Higgs puts a hood over her head. As Fragile runs through the timefall, her entire body ages rapidly, leaving her physically weakened as well. So it makes sense why Fragile hates Higgs so much. Despite rejecting it a few times in the past, Sam finally accepts Fragile's offer of a crypto buyout. Sam continues his mission until he finds himself swept up in a storm. He gets spirited away into a World War I era battlefield where he encounters the man in BB's flashbacks, Clifford Unger. Cliff is a unique BT. He retains both his human form and memories. Somehow, Cliff pulled Sam into his beach and is determined to take back what he thinks is his BB. After a struggle for BB between Sam and Cliff, Sam is abruptly taken back to the living world. Though Sam was gone for what felt like hours to him, he was only gone for a second in the living world. To investigate what happened to Sam, he is called into Mama's laboratory. Mama is one of the key creators of the chiral network. She is trapped in her lab because of her dead baby, who's a BT. She explains that she was in a hospital about to have a C-section before it was destroyed by a void out, leaving her trapped under the rubble for days. She gave birth to her baby, which became a BT, and the two of them became tethered to each other. The only reason why she's still alive is because of her BT baby. Back to business, there is recorded audio from when Sam was taken away to the war-torn dimension, proving it actually happened. So the Bridges HQ is looking into where exactly he was taken to. Mama explains that the chiral density is much higher, thanks to Sam connecting more stations to the chiral network. A higher chiral density could result in another Death Stranding. Mama gives Sam a new Cupid, but in order for it to work, Sam needs to go to Mama's twin sister, Lochne, so she can fix it. Sam makes his way to Mountain Knot City to talk to Lochne, but she is less than willing to help. To earn Lochne's trust, Sam will have to reunite the two sisters. Sam returns to Mama's lab, and she's already prepared to leave. With upgraded cufflinks from Mama, Sam can cut a BT's umbilical cord, sending them to the afterlife with no fuss. Mama is sad about it, but she lets Sam sever her baby's cord, sending it to the afterlife so she can leave the lab. Mama is in a weakened state, so she needs to be carried in a body bag. As Sam heads to Mountain Knot City, Mama's life function starts shutting down. When the two sisters reunite, Mama tells Lochne her dying wish, which is to support Sam in his mission to rebuild America. When Mama dies, her soul enters Lochne's body, effectively making them two minds in one body. As promised, Lochne fixes Sam's new Cupid. Sam goes to sleep in his private room and wakes up to find BB missing. Deadman shows up to return BB in person. Deadman isn't all that fond of BB. He sees it as nothing more than a tool. Apparently, BB is starting to develop into becoming an actual baby, which might be an issue because it won't function as intended. So Deadman has to take BB and reset it, erasing its memories in the process. For the time being, Sam has to continue doing his deliveries without BB. After a while, Deadman announces that BB's reset was successful and asks Sam to come pick it up. When Sam reaches Deadman, they both get swept up in a storm and get transported to a World War II era beach. Just like before, Cliff is back at it again, searching for his BB. When Sam and Deadman meet up, Deadman returns BB back to Sam. It seems like BB/Lou, let's call him Lou from now on, has forgotten Sam and has grown fond of Deadman, who's grown attached to Deadman as well.
Kid's not just a tool. Name's Lou.
Lou, huh? That's a good name.
Sam sets out to confront Cliff, believing that taking him down is the only way off this beach. After a firefight with Cliff, Sam gets into another hand-to-hand struggle with him and manages to take off his dog tag. Once again, Sam escapes Cliff's beach and returns to the living world. Lou is back in Sam's private room, safe and sound. Deadman did some snooping around and found out that Lou, the name Sam gave to BB, was originally meant for Sam's unborn baby. Sadly, his wife and his unborn baby died in a void out. Sam obviously doesn't want to be reminded of this. Deadman shares the fact that he's an artificial human. He's made up of stem cells and body parts taken from cadavers. He doesn't have his own beach, which is why he's so obsessed with researching them. After all this this lore dump, Deadman says that he did some digging on Cliff and found out that he used to be a special forces captain. Sam's next task is to bring Mama's corpse to a researcher named Hartman. In his lab, Hartman appears to be sleeping, but he gets woken up by a shock. Hartman's heart stops every 21 minutes, and he spends 3 minutes on the beach before being resuscitated. In other words, he dies 60 times every day.
So what if everyone's afterlife is different too? I find the thought terrifying, spending eternity alone, which is why I decided to find my family and make sure to move on with them.
A while back, Hartman was having a heart surgery until a void out occurred, interrupting the operation. He was sent to a beach where he saw his family walking amongst a crowd of other dead people. Hartman was then brought back to life. He's been looking for his family ever since. Enough backstory, the reason why Hartman wanted Mama's corpse is because her body hasn't decomposed at all. Her unique case is a part of Hartman's ambitious research plans on discovering what the Death Stranding really is. Sam just has to connect a few more way stations so that Hartman can get in touch with his scientist colleagues. Sam proceeds to do just that and returns to Hartman. With enough research into Mama's case and some help from Deadman, Hartman suspects that Amelie might be something called an extinction entity. There have been 5 major extinction events in the Earth's history, along with 5 extinction entities for each event that served as catalysts. They are in the middle of the 6th extinction event, with Amelie potentially being the force driving it. Anyway, Sam still has to reach the west coast to complete the chiral network. To get across the giant tar pit to the west coast, Sam baits a couple BTs into showing up, which causes broken buildings to arise from the tar. On the west coast, as Sam gets closer to the final distro station, there's more BTs than ever before. When Sam finally connects that final station to the chiral network, Higgs and Amelie show up. This whole time, Higgs has been working with Amelie to bring about the 6th extinction event. It is clear that Amelie is indeed the 6th extinction entity, though she doesn't want to be. It feels like this is something she's being forced to do. Amelie and Higgs merge with a giant BT. Luckily, sheer firepower is more than enough to bring it down. After the giant BT is defeated, Higgs takes Amelie away to the beach, prodding Sam into a final showdown. With Fragile's help, Sam gets teleported to the beach. Sam and Higgs clash in a duel that ultimately devolves into a straight-up fistfight. Higgs gets beaten down, and Fragile steps in to take her revenge.
Honey, you ain't nothing but damaged goods.
You are damaged goods.
Meanwhile, Amelie and Sam step aside to talk. There's a lot Amelie has to explain, but they can't do it here, so I guess they had to take a stroll first. After their little run, they find that it's not just the two of them on the beach. Bridget is there too, along with Die Hard Man, and he's not happy with her. Cliff shows up eventually as well. Apparently, he's already familiar with Die Hard Man. When Cliff spots Sam, Amelie pushes Sam into the water, sending him back to the living world. Sam wakes up in his private room. Deadman, Logne, Fragile, and Hartman are together on the East Coast, and they're communicating to Sam via chirogram. Rescuing Amelie is their top priority right now. Sam has to make his way back to the East Coast himself to meet up with the group. Fragile's in a weakened state, so teleportation isn't an option. When Sam approaches his destination, he once again gets swept up by a storm. This time, Cliff brings Sam into a Vietnam War-era beach. Another gunfight ensues between them, but as things wrap up, it starts to look like the whole situation might be a misunderstanding. When the two of them come face to face, Cliff asks to see BB, then he gives his dog tag to Sam. Afterwards, he gives Sam a warm hug. So, why are they cool with each other now? Don't worry, you'll find out soon. Back in the private room, Sam has a conversation with Die Hard Man and Deadman. They begin to correctly suspect that Amelie isn't Bridget's daughter. Even since the beginning, Amelie was never physically present. She always communicated with a chirogram. Whatever Amelie is, Die Hard Man is prepared to eliminate her. Sam meets with his team in person, and they decide that Sam needs to go to Amelie's beach to stop the last stranding. He has to either talk her out of it or simply just kill her. Because of the power of friendship, Sam gives a speech about his newfound hope for the future. Once again, Fragile teleports Sam to Amelie's beach. He wanders around for a bit until Amelie shows up. Amelie reveals that Bridget and her are the same person. Bridget is the version that exists physically in the living world, while Amelie is the one stuck on the beach. Amelie knows what Sam is here to do, so she offers him a choice. Do nothing and let the last Stranding destroy everything, or delay the inevitable by cutting her loose, in other words, by shooting her. Doing nothing will simply lead to a game over, and shooting her doesn't do a damn thing either. So naturally, Sam gives her a big fat hug. The sad thing is, Amelie never wanted to bring about extinction, but she has to eventually. Whether it's today or a couple thousand years from now, it's going to happen one day. Even though she will be alone on the beach for a very long time, she's willing to delay the extinction event for Sam and his friends. Looks like Sam did his job then. Amelie spends some time rambling about her life story. After an unknown amount of time, Sam's team manages to find him and they bring him back to the world of the living. 2 weeks later, everyone's in the president's office, listening to Die Hard Man's inauguration speech. He's become the new president of the United Cities of America. Die Hard Man praises Sam for reconnecting America, making Sam uncomfortable enough to leave the room. Deadman catches Sam and he explains how he brought Sam back from the beach. Sam was only gone for a month, but it's implied that his time on the beach was much, much longer. He also brings up Die Hardman's past, hinting his role in Cliff's demise. Deadman leaves and Die Hardman comes to Sam to apologize.
I killed Captain Clifford Unger.
Die Hardman has been feeling really guilty about Cliff's death. He thinks part of the reason why Cliff came back as a BT is to take vengeance on him. Why is Die Hardman apologizing to Sam of all people about Cliff's death? Trust me, we're getting there. A bit later, Deadman returns Lou to Sam. Lou is dead, or at least very close to it. They can try to take Lou out of his pod to see what would happen, but that would be going against the UCA's orders. The only thing now is to incinerate Lou to prevent him from becoming a BT. Though Sam used to avoid physical contact, he gives Deadman a hug before setting off. Fragile's delivery company has been approved by the UCA, and she tries to recruit Sam again, but he refuses. Fragile reveals that she couldn't bring herself to kill Higgs, so she left him trapped on the beach. When Sam arrives at the incinerator room, he hooks up to Lou one last time. Just as a reminder, whenever Sam hooks up to BB/Lou, Sam will experience what he thinks are Lou's past memories. But what if I told you those weren't Lou's memories? Back when Cliff was still alive, he would make frequent visits to his wife and his baby, who was being used for the UCA's early BB experiments. Cliff's wife has been brain dead for some time, and he realized she wasn't coming back. When Cliff received word that his baby would be subject to more experiments, he made a desperate escape attempt with Die Hardman's assistance. Die Hardman genuinely tried to help Cliff escape, but Cliff ended up running himself into a corner, back in the room his wife was in. Sam is witnessing this memory, not through BB's eyes, but as a bystander. The security guards barge into the room and shoot Cliff. They try to take back BB, but Cliff has already removed BB from its pod. Bridget orders Die Hardman to execute Cliff, and then time stops, revealing that this memory isn't just a memory.
But you're Sam Bridges. My son. My bridge to the future.
Cliff shows BB to Sam and gives him his dog tag, telling Sam how proud he is of the man he's become. Time unfreezes and Cliff is shot dead, with BB dying as well. Amelie finds the dead BB on the beach and revives it, sending it back to the living world. The BB is no longer a BB, so Bridget decides to raise the baby as her own, calling it a repatriate. So yeah, as you might have realized, that baby in the flashbacks is Sam. To be 100% clear, Cliff is Sam's dad. Sam thought he was experiencing BB/Lou's memories, but he was actually experiencing his own. Cliff was chasing after Lou, thinking that it was his BB. When Cliff found out that Sam was his son, he quickly warmed up to him. Back to the present now, Sam puts his cufflinks into the incinerator, effectively disconnecting from the UCA. He takes Lou out of the pod and desperately tries to resuscitate him. Lou's cord to the other side disappears and he wakes up, more or less becoming a normal baby. Sam has found a new purpose, taking care of Lou. Also, it turns out that Lou is short for Louise. The baby is a girl. 11 months pass. In that time, Sam has been living in seclusion with Lou. His shelter is concealed and holographic illusions of BTs are projected to deter any potential intruders. Sam has completely embraced his role as Lou's adoptive dad. Despite his best efforts to remain hidden, Fragile somehow finds the shelter.
Who's there? Fragile?
Were you cooking?
Fragile brings Sam up to speed on recent events. Now that America is connected, Bridges has disbanded, deliveries are fully automated. As such, Fragile Express is no longer needed as well. So Fragile started a new group called Drawbridge. There are still other regions in the world that need to be connected to the chiral network, like Mexico. That's where Sam comes in. In exchange for his help, the UCA will leave him and Lou alone. So Sam accepts the job. In the meantime, Fragile looks after Lou. It's just like last time. Sam journeys to the scattered way stations in the country and connects them to the chiral network with a Cupid. It's certainly not any easier. There's cargo thieves, harsh weather conditions, and of course, BTs. Sam extends the network all the way down to Deadman's research lab, where he discovers a recording Deadman left for him. Deadman points out that BB-28, the serial number that was assigned to Lou, actually belonged to a different bridge baby. In other words, Lou doesn't have an official record. Deadman was kind enough to prepare some vaccines for Lou to take as she grows up. Anyhow, Deadman has been busy doing some research and he discovered that he does have his own unique beach. So he left the physical world to go there. Deadman is truly a dead man now, but this is not the last we'll see of him. Once Mexico has been hooked up to the network, Sam starts traveling back to his shelter. On the way back, he encounters a few ghost mechs, a new type of enemy. A red samurai appears and swiftly eliminates the ghost mechs, disappearing shortly afterwards. Sam returns to find his home ransacked, with no sign of Lou or Fragile. Not too far from the shelter, Fragile is found unconscious, so Sam takes her back inside to recuperate. Fragile says some intruders discovered the shelter, so she tried to take Lou and escape. Her memory is fuzzy, but she remembers almost getting shot by the perpetrator. She tried to use her powers to teleport Lou away to safety, but she wasn't able to. As far as they know, Lou is dead. In his grief, Sam imagines Lou back inside her pod as a BT. Sam spends the following month wallowing in misery. Attempts at his own life don't work, but he tries anyway. Fragile visits Sam and tries to give him a new sense of purpose by making him join Drawbridge. Right outside the shelter, the DHV Magellan makes an appearance. This ship travels through underground tar currents and can go anywhere within the chiral network. Inside the ship, Sam meets the captain of the Magellan, Tarman. There's also Dollman, a man whose soul ended up trapped inside a doll.
He used to be a spirit medium.
When I was still flesh and bone, of course. Regrettably, my transformation cost me my talents.
Sam's new mission is to connect Australia to the chiral network. They'll have to use a plate gate to teleport there, so Sam prepares himself for the journey ahead. It looks like Lou is somehow back in the pod, functioning like a normal BB, at least in Sam's eyes. Dollman accompanies Sam as well, attached to his hip. Sam starts to experience flashbacks again, but it's not clear who these memories belong to. He heads outside and goes towards the Mexican plate gate. As he comes closer, he spots mysterious red figures carrying a coffin, all going through the gate. Once they all pass through, Sam enters the gate as well, teleporting to Australia. Sam connects the Australian plate gate's terminal to the chiral network, allowing the DHV Magellan to arrive at the location. Back inside the ship, Sam becomes acquainted with Charlie, a robotic patron with a secret identity. Charlie chooses to use Die Hardman's voice, making his secret identity already not that hard to guess. The new president of the UCA makes an appearance via Carolgram and advocates for Sam's mission to expand the network throughout Australia. Sam's first objective is to deliver a chiral decontaminator to the government space, where the remnants of the Australian government reside. The government space is the first way station to be connected to the network. The next few way stations are connected in a similar manner. Do a favor for the people, and they're more than happy to join the network. The DHV Magellan is never too far behind Sam. It serves as a shelter and a mode of transport. Tar starts to erupt at West Fort Knott City, where the red figures appear. A man pops out from a coffin, and it's someone Sam has dealt with before.
Been a long time, Sam.
Fuck, how you still alive?
It's Higgs. He somehow made his way back from the beach, and he's still doing the same thing, spreading chaos and causing trouble for Sam. Higgs summons a giant ghost mech to fight Sam, but he doesn't stay to watch. Good old firepower is enough to take down the ghost mech. Fragile finds out about Higgs' return. She blames herself for not killing him earlier when she had the chance. She thinks that Higgs could have been the one who attacked her and Lou back at Sam's shelter. Sam was thinking about what Higgs said about Lou, so he asks Fragile to do some digging on Lou's background. Sam continues with his deliveries, helping build the infrastructure of the region. After a short while, Fragile shares what she found out about Lou. Like what Deadman previously stated, Lou replaced the original BB-28 instead of being given a new serial number. As to why that happened, she doesn't know yet. Fragile tells Sam to find a friend of hers in Rainbow Valley. The person in question is Rainey, a girl with a unique ability to trigger timefall whenever she is outside. Because of her power, she was shunned most of her life. Some people even tried to kill her, thinking she was a witch. One day, just when she was about to give up and jump off a bridge, Fragile found Rainey and took her in. Fragile discovered that Rainey can reverse the effects of timefall within a 1.5 meter radius around her body. Sam meets with Rainey inside her shelter, and the two of them join the rest of the crew aboard the Magellan. During one of Sam's deliveries, a wildfire starts spreading through the landscape. Rainey uses her power to put out the fire, proving that her power can easily be used for good. Rainey is pregnant, but she's suffering from still baby syndrome. Her baby stopped growing after 7 months. The baby is still alive, but it's essentially frozen in time. Tarman tells Sam to investigate a location with high levels of chiralium. He wants to figure out why the tar currents are unstable. At said location, the tar currents are rising. Sam is taken into the tar and gets transported to a war-torn beach. On this beach, a man and his team of undead soldiers are on a mission to hunt down Sam. Why? We'll find out later. Even while outnumbered, Sam defeats the man and his team. Sam notices a girl stuck under the rubble. He returns to the living world and finds the girl inside a cocoon of sorts. Sam takes the girl to the Magellan, where Tarman and Fragile work to open the cocoon and get a read on the girl's condition. The girl is healthy and alive, but many things about her are not normal, like how she levitates in her sleep. They suspect she was born on the beach where Sam was earlier. Fragile decides to name the girl Tomorrow. The next day, Sam goes to see how Tomorrow is doing. She is awake now, but she's not talking, and her demeanor is that of a child. As the days go by, Tomorrow shows rapid signs of development, mostly thanks to Fragile and Rainey. The crew has a discussion about what to do with Tomorrow, unaware that she's secretly eavesdropping. Tarman believes it's better for her to return to the beach where Sam found her, but the rest of the crew wants her to stay. Tomorrow runs away, prompting Sam to go search for her. When Sam finds her jacket on the ground, a ghost mech attacks him. Tomorrow comes into view and disintegrates the ghost mech. More ghost mechs appear. With her abilities using the tar, she easily takes down all the ghost mechs. Her powers are no joke. After all the ghost mechs are dealt with, Tomorrow explains that she ran away because she thought she was causing conflict within the crew, but Sam makes her feel at ease. Fragile and Rainey welcome her back into the Magellan, and they officially make her a member of Drawbridge. Sam connects more way stations in the northern region, and he eventually meets up with a friend, Hartman. Hartman built himself a support unit that allows him to flatline without having to worry about where he falls. He's still traveling to and from the beach. He's been collecting water samples from each beach he visits. Unfortunately, the strain on his heart has led to it becoming enlarged and contained in a pod outside his body. Hartman joins the drawbridge crew. In the ship, he explains to Sam that 10 sacrificial babies were needed to lay the foundation for the chiral network in America. Only 9 were used though. Bridges could have used Lou as the 10th one, but Lou was kept in storage for unknown reasons. Anyway, Sam continues to explore the continent. He reaches the Motherhood, a shelter for women and children. The doctor of the Motherhood has special chiral hands that can phase through physical matter. She used this ability to extract babies from still mothers without the use of surgery. The doctor uses this power to pull out a bullet from Sam's body. Pregnant women came to the Motherhood for support. Some men in the area came as well, but they only wanted the woman, and they got violent when they didn't get what they wanted. To ensure the Motherhood's safety, the doctor asks Sam to shut down a weapons factory in the area. The weapons factory is being patrolled by ghost mechs. When Sam shuts down the weapons fabricator, Higgs makes his entrance, with his mask off this time. The Red Samurai turns up again and quickly cuts down all the ghost mechs. Higgs puts up more of a fight. Why is he using an electric guitar as a weapon? Man, I don't know. The Red Samurai slices through Higgs' limbs, forcing Higgs to retreat. Afterwards, the Red Samurai once again disappears without a word. Sam regularly checks in on Tomorrow, and she seems to be getting along swimmingly with Fragile and Rainy. She's no longer behaving like a child, and she's slowly learning to control her powers. Tarman lets Sam know about another disruption in the tar currents. Just like before, a wall of tar pulls Sam into a beach. This time, it takes him to a hospital underwater. The man and his skeletal team are back at it again. They engage Sam in a firefight. After defeating them, Sam takes the man's ID card and returns to the living world. Back in the Magellan, Fragile tells Sam the name of the man from the beach.
His name is Neil. Neil Vanna.
Because of his history with Bridges, Fragile and Charlie were able to do some digging on him. Neil was a porter that smuggled goods past the Mexican border. He has been dead for some time. Back when he was alive, Neil frequented the same hospital where Sam's wife, Lucy, worked at. It's also the same hospital that was destroyed in a void out, allegedly resulting in Lucy's death. Sam was there too, and he survived because of his nature as a repatriate. Apparently, Lucy was Neil's therapist. Lucy was pregnant at the time, and it's hinted that she might have had an affair with Neil. All these random flashbacks Sam has been experiencing, it's becoming clear that those memories belong to Neil. There's other mysteries to be solved as well. For one, there's suspicions of the president secretly working to produce more ghost mechs. The president denies this, but whatever the case is, he seems to have an agenda of his own. There's also the matter of Hartman's strange behavior, sleepwalking, and sending weird emails. Sam investigates to see what's up with Hartman, but it turns out to be nothing too bad.
It's me, your old pal, Deadman.
Deadman has been borrowing Hartman's body whenever Hartman is on the beach. Deadman also gave his heart to Hartman as a backup, just in case Hartman's heart finally gives in. Hartman didn't know about Deadman using his body, so Dollman lets him know about this. Sam returns to the Motherhood. After finishing up a checkup on Rainy's baby, the doctor inspects Lou's pod. There's a production number on the inside of the pod that reads BB00, meaning that Lou was one of the first bridge babies ever to be made. What's even more perplexing is that Lou was born 11 years ago, on the same day of the void out that killed Sam's wife. Sam heads back to the Magellan, and the ship heads into the tar currents. They emerge from the tar and find themselves in the grasp of a giant ghost mech. Higgs pops in and holds Fragile hostage. He just wants Sam and Fragile, but the rest of the crew doesn't give in. Tomorrow stands up to Higgs and takes him down without too much trouble, but it looks like that wasn't Higgs in person. He was puppeteering a ghost mech. Even so, Higgs retreats. It's up to Sam to take down the giant ghost mech attacking the ship. After that's done with, Sam heads back inside to assess the situation. The ship is badly damaged, so the girls go out to gather repair materials. Sam also contributes by bringing replacement parts. After the Magellan is repaired, Sam heads towards the Southern Environmental Observatory to link it up to the network. A large number of ghost mechs show up, but they still aren't enough to stop Sam. When the terminal gets connected, Higgs turns up and starts shooting fire at Sam. The fire keeps on burning until Sam dies. When he comes back to life, the fire starts up again, putting him in a painful cycle of death and revival. Luckily, Fragile and Tomorrow come to the rescue. Higgs is hopelessly outmatched by Tomorrow, so he retreats, taking a lock of hair from Tomorrow before disappearing. Thanks to Rainy, the rainfall puts out Sam's everlasting flame. The power of friendship prevails. Yay, group hug. Sam's mental state seems to be improving. Lou is no longer present in her pod, and Dahlman says that the BB pod has always been empty.
We decided not to dispute what you said you saw, but to give you the support you needed instead.
After everything he's been through, Sam is starting to come to terms with Lou's death. It still hurts a lot for him though. So Sam continues his mission without the BB pod. It's not long until Sam gets another invite from Neil to the beach. This one is a crumbling subway station with shifting gravity. During his duel with Neil, Sam sees more flashbacks from Neil's past. At the end of their scuffle, Neil finally recognizes Sam as Lucy's husband. Neil gives Sam a necklace with a hard drive, something Lucy meant to give to Sam. When Sam touches Neil, he sees a more complete picture of Neil and Lucy's relationship. When he was a kid, Neil's hometown was destroyed by BTs. His necklace got scorched and it branded his hand. Amidst the chaos, Lucy found Neil and tried to guide him to safety. There's pieces of rubble flying everywhere and one falls on top of Lucy. As Neil tried to pull her out, Lucy's hand got burned by the same necklace that burned Neil. Giant BTs come into Neil's view and he leaves Lucy behind, ignoring her cries for help. The two of them met many years later at the hospital. Neil only recognized her after seeing the brand on her hand. Lucy was still bitter about Neil leaving her for dead, but she was also happy to see him again. A Bridges officer blackmailed Neil into smuggling brain-dead pregnant women from Mexico for the BB experiments. Neil wasn't happy about doing this kind of job, and he vents about this to Lucy. Even while married to Sam, Lucy enters a romantic relationship with Neil. A bit later, Lucy reveals that she's pregnant with Sam's baby, so she ends her relationship with Neil. Sam returns to the physical world, now understanding Neil's situation. After taking a look at the contents of Lucy's hard drive, Fragile confirms that Lucy's child belonged to Sam. A child of a repatriate would be invaluable to Bridges. To ensure the baby wasn't taken away as a test subject, Lucy pretended that it belonged to Neil. They suddenly get a distress call. An army of ghost mechs are about to destroy the network node, which could disrupt the entire chiral network. The crew gets together to come up with a game plan, which basically consists of throwing Sam out on the front lines while they stay behind. At least the Magellan provides fire support. As Sam fights the ghost mechs, the Red Samurai shows up again to aid Sam in his battle, and his identity is finally revealed.
Meet again.
Good man. Is that really you?
You need to keep moving. I'm going to take out the bridge.
When all the ghost mechs are out of the way, Sam proceeds to the final site and connects it to the network. The entire continent is now linked up to the network, so that's great, but Higgs pops in to mess with Sam again. The Magellan emerges on site and its gun lunges and splits Higgs's torso. Fragile takes this opportunity to attack Higgs with his own electric guitar. She's just beating up a mech puppet, but it makes her feel better anyhow. Sam heads to the Magellan's deck and finds everyone asleep, except for the president, who congratulates Sam for connecting Australia. The president admits to building a mech army for Higgs. He was trying to incentivize the chiral network's expansion. The president reveals himself to be an AI-driven combination of 4,000 people. 4,000 people in one entity. The president takes Sam to his beach and shares his ultimate goal. With the chiral network, he wants to merge all of humanity into a single consciousness. If you're familiar with Neon Genesis Evangelion, it's pretty much the human instrumentality project. Charlie somehow finds his way onto this beach. For some insane, inexplicable reason, he breaks into an interpretive dance while singing BB's theme. Charlie's disguise wears off, and surprise, but not really, Charlie was Die Hardman this whole time. Back in the real world, Die Hardman wakes up everyone and explains that he intervened to make sure the president couldn't carry out his plan to merge humanity. After disclosing everything he's been up to, Die Hardman gets rid of the president. The Red Samurai suddenly appears and traps Tomorrow in a cocoon. It's not Dead Man, it's Higgs puppeteering the Red Samurai this time. Before dipping out, Higgs reveals that Tomorrow is Sam's daughter. The crew needs to find Higgs before he triggers the last stranding with Tomorrow as a catalyst. Sam travels all the way back to the Plate Gate and teleports to Mexico. He keeps on going until he returns home. Inside the shelter, he envisions things the way they used to be. Sam remembers his time with Lou. After finding a photo of Amelie, which can't help find the beach Higgs went to, Sam leaves the shelter. On board the Magellan, everyone concentrates their powers to help Fragile teleport the ship to Higgs's beach. With Amelie's photo in hand, Sam tries to focus with Fragile. They start kissing as well. This probably wasn't a planned part of the procedure, but now it's obvious they share romantic feelings. The ship makes it to the beach, and there's a whole mess of BTs. Like usual, Sam is the only one heading out on foot. The Magellan shoots off the head of one of the giant BTs and replaces its head with the ship. They beat up the giant BTs while Sam goes after Higgs. Sam beats up Red Samurai Higgs with the guitar until it melts into tar. The real Higgs, not a puppet, finally makes his appearance. He monologues about his time on the beach. He wandered alone for thousands of years until one day he encountered the President, the entity of 4,000 souls. They asked Higgs to join them and he played along for a time. He's still fixated on his original goal, which is to destroy the universe. Sam and Higgs continue fighting with their electric guitars. They stop pummeling each other to shred on the guitars instead. I won't try to explain why this is happening, I have no clue. They go right back to hitting each other with guitars until Tomorrow emerges from her cocoon and turns into a colossal version of Lou. Lou picks up Higgs and gobbles him up, leaving behind only his mask. Lou gives Sam a thumbs up and flies away. Amelie appears and hugs Sam, then she pushes him back to the real world. Sam has a dream about being back with Lou, then it shifts to reality, where he finds Tomorrow. Sam carries Tomorrow back into the ship. Sam sees Fragile, and she's declared to be dead. She technically died a while ago, back when Higgs shot her when she tried to run away with Lou. Fragile somehow held on to her physical body long enough to carry out her mission with Sam. So that said, Sam lost two people very dear to him, but what he's about to discover might change things. Neil still has more to show about his past to Sam. In a flashback, we see that Lucy's plan didn't work. Bridges already knew that Lucy's baby belonged to Sam. Neil planned on taking Lucy to Mexico to keep the baby away from Bridges, but they didn't even manage to escape the building. The Bridges security team finds the two of them and shoots Lucy. Neil tries to bargain for Lucy's life, but it's not like Bridges will negotiate with him. Neil ends up getting shot as well. The baby was extracted from Lucy, got sent to a separate facility, and was given the serial number BB00. Neil's body quickly necrotized and he became a BT. Sam found Lucy's corpse and tried to carry her away, only for Neil to consume Sam, triggering a void out. This proves that Sam's biological daughter actually survived the void out from 11 years ago. The Lou we came to know is the same baby that Lucy carried. But wait, there's more. Lou never died. Fragile was successful in taking Lou to safety, to Neil's beach. Because of the accelerated time effect on the beach, Lou grew up quickly. Lou is Tomorrow. Neil kept his promise to take care of Lou. Back inside the ship, Tomorrow has realized that Sam is her dad, and she gives him a hug. It also seems like she remembers her time with Sam as a bridge baby. With BB-28, then Lou, then Tomorrow, Sam has always been with his biological daughter, he just didn't know it. During the credits, we see automated delivery bots, roads in a state of disrepair, and the DHV Magellan in a ruined state, indicating a significant time skip. Tomorrow has become a porter, and she stands before a plate gate, hinting at a potential continuation of the story. So that's it. That was the story of Death Stranding 1 and 2. Thanks for watching.